Guess what I did today? Those were the words I said.
When I first heard about Jesus Christ, I was a young cat. I grew up in church, but I saw a lot of things that almost made me wonder, why cats really wasn't, just carrying out all of the things that I was hearing people preach about and speak about. And, from, the aspect of, like, is this cat really real? Like, if Jesus said, you can have what you say, and you can, if you pray and, the Father hears you, heal the sick and, heal the land and all this stuff. And, I'm just saying, like, I was intrigued, man. You talking about a dude that grew up in the hood, that grew up in an aspect where, he wasn't popular. Now, granted, you take a cat that's not popular, you take a cat that's not, I guess, successful with the people and society. But then this cat grows up. He's like 12. He's a teenager almost. He goes to church. Then he starts talking about the scriptures and the way his dialect was. And like cats, like doctorates, degrees, was like, yo, who is this kid, man? Who is this dude that's like killing these scriptures? Like, somebody had to teach this cat. There's no way this kid knows all of this. And they didn't even get it. Like, they didn't even understand, okay, a kid can't just dissect scripture like this. Like, they didn't even understand the fact of that. So, like, growing up hearing that made me constantly want to know more about this individual, about Jesus. It made me want to know. And then, as I grew up and I kept learning more about him, I started to learn about the miracles he did. Everybody knows the water to wine, the wedding, and all that. And, I continued on his journey, and, the way he kept saying he was preparing a place, and he was, in 3 days, they'll tear this temple down. And, like, man, really? Well, let me say this. Some cat's gonna kill me. And in a few days, I'm gonna be back. Don't trip. I'm gonna be back. You would look at me like, on the other side of this interview, like, man, you gotta be crazy. But this is what he was doing, yo. Like, this is what he told people. And we've been talking here lately about this statement that your troubles have an expiration date. So pretty much Jesus was telling them, yo, I'm gonna get into some trouble with these cats in authority, with the people. They gonna hate me. They gonna want me to die. But at the end of the day, it has an expiration date. The trouble that I'm gonna have to get into has an expiration date. In 3 days, yo, I'm gonna be back. Now, I ain't gonna stay long, but I'm gonna be back, and I'm gonna return to the Father. Okay? That's dope. But then what's even doper about the situation is that he did it. So, like, this cat actually said this, went to Calvary, got into trouble, they beat him all night, they did all this stuff, and then he actually got back up. Like, you don't get no doper than that, man. Like, God in the flesh. So yeah, man, at the end of the day, man, things like that really, was like one of my key moments with Christ. Like, growing up, I was just always intrigued to find out more about him. I was blessed, to be able to learn about him at an early age. It's helped me through a lot of things. I haven't been perfect to this day. I'm still not perfect. But through majority of the things that I face in life, I can apply the word, and I can use the principles of Jesus Christ to see me through. Yeah, so that's been one of my great moments with Christ, learning about him. He's really enhanced my life a lot. Yeah.